Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Sam Martin, and Eric Knight of the Prescott Times. We are here to go ahead and give you the top stories in the area, but today is a little bit more special, and you need to listen to this because fire restrictions are starting, and you need to know what you can't do. Please watch. Ooh-wee. Eric,
Caught me.
I already know what day it is. I'm hoping that you have literally the same mindset that I have. Let me see if you got it right.
All right. Well, there wasn't
What
much
day
on
is
the
it?
list. There wasn't much on the list today, so it's Hostess Cupcake Day.
Oh, snap.
Is that not what
I
you're
read
thinking?
earlier. No, I read earlier that there was something different. There's something different. I forgot what it was, but I was like, "Oh crap, that sounds like a great time for me."
Yeah. No.
But I will
Well,
find it.
well, there's also so it was really small today. It's what you want.
Oh, there we go. That's what it was.
What it was. Well, and so that kind of
That's
plays into
exactly what it
Hostess.
was.
Well, that kind of plays into Hostess Cup Day because you shouldn't really eat those probably, but they're so dang good. So you eat what you.
You eat what you want. It sounds great. So today, just like I said, guys, it's a really important that you listen to this. Obviously, we already have our first fire in the area, which is by the Crown King, and it literally is doing some damage. It's 0% contained because you cannot get to the fire. From what we are hearing, let me just tell you a little bit about it. It was an update. Let me make sure that we're in the right email. Okay, so it's dubbed the Tussock Fire, Tussock fire. The acres total thus far is 4,421, and it's 0% contained. There's no structures that have been taken out. Number of resources is 230, and the cause of it is under investigation still. Origin of location 7 miles southwest of Crown King. So just so that you guys know, we are reporting on the PrescottTimes.com, as you can see right here. Go to that page and you'll be able to find out the rest of the story. But that's not the biggest story of this morning.
Well,
And
hold on
it is because
before you jump, I want to show this picture that you posted.
Okay.
Of the fire. Yeah, I'm trying to find the post button here. Hold on.
Okay.
Share. This
as you show. Go ahead. As you
I'm
share
getting
that, I'll go ahead and reach out with
Look at that.
Here we go. Add to the stream. Yeah, right there. That's a picture that was brought to you by somebody from Ground King area. The stars are really beautiful. I mean, but the fire itself is very destructive from what is being said. So, guys, this is a pretty big deal. And the big deal about today is that we actually we are going into fire restrictions, and it's going to start the 14th. So the end of this week, it's going to go into stage 1 fire restriction. So that includes 42 square miles of the city of Prescott and 365 square miles of the Central Arizona Fire and Medical Authority, CAFMA, also known as CAFMA, which includes the towns of Prescott Valley, Dewey, Humboldt, Chino Valley, and Paulden. The jurisdiction also applies to areas surrounding the city of Prescott, such as Williamson Valley, Upper Copper Basin Road, the Mountain Club, Ponderosa Park, and off White Spar Road, and Senator Highway and Karen Drive, Sweet Acres, and Oak Knoll Village along the areas of Government Canyon, Diamond Valley, which are south of Prescott. Prescott Fire Department and Central Arizona Fire Medical Authority will be enacting our Stage 1 fire restriction May 14th at 8 a.m., which will also be consistent with the Prescott National Forest and the unincorporated areas of Yavapai County not protected by fire districts or area fire departments. Or area fire departments. As the fire danger continues to increase, our stage 2 restrictions may also be put into effect as we moved into our summer months. This restriction will stay in effect until we receive significant rain throughout the area to justify lifting the restrictions. So this is very important.
It is stage 1, you said, right?
Say that one more time.
It's stage 1, you said, right?
Yeah, stage one. And
Right.
if you guys want to go through the list, I have posted that list on the PrescottTimes.com. But let me just tell you, everything is pretty much prohibited. You can utilize gas grills right now, but it can't be unmanned. So basically, you sit right there next to the gas grill and drink your beer or your nice drink of tea, whatever it
Yep.
may be. You guys definitely don't leave nothing unattended.
No
Obviously,
shooting.
cigarette smoking.
Yeah, no shooting, no cigarette smoke, you got to be within your car with the windows closed. But yeah, the big thing is no shooting. That's what it says. No
Yeah,
shooting,
yeah.
no regular fire pits on public lands. I'm gonna guess the fire department's gonna get called on you if you do it on your private property too. But yeah, it's stage one is big, and the key that what you said, San Martin, is that stage one until we get rain. We normally don't see the rain. Remember last year, it was August before they said, okay, no more. And we were well within stage two, which is really harsh.
Yeah, and it's all for a good cause, guys. Unfortunately, you want to have that little campfire and stuff, and it's just not a happy thing, guys. It's just not a happy thing to not follow directions, and the reason why the directions are very straightforward is because we need to keep safe. And unfortunately, a lot of people may not acknowledge how to go ahead and maintain a fire, because as we all know that if you leave a fire unattended, like you go camping, that fire will smolder for hours. And if you don't put it out properly with the right amount of water, this thing could actually, big old air gust could go ahead and put up these fire or this hot cinders and cause a forest fire. So
Right?
it's,
The
it's
wind,
really, really
the wind can take the stuff off, and it's incredible. Hey, San Martin, don't forget also, like, the entire Crown King area is shut down to traffic, which means Senator Highway, unless you live in Crown King, you can't go up there. If you like to off-road, you can't go up there. If you like to come up the back way from Lake Pleasant, you can't go up there. I mean, they're serious about lockdown, and they're saying that it may not be opened up until the fire restrictions get better. So I don't know what that means, but do you remember the big Dewey fire from like 3 years ago that came through Dewey? I can't remember what it was called. That was started way up in those mountains by, I think, a gas grill, and that's why a lot of people are like, oh, well, gas grills. I think that big fire was started by one, right?
it, it I can't remember as far as like what was started, but it it just sucks because I mean you have to deal with Mother Nature. Mother Nature actually does its thing, and we as individuals do our thing. So sometimes it's just a complete like if we can avoid it, let's make it unavoidable. So some of the things have been started by the chains hanging from your trailer. That's one of the biggest ones on the highway, I-17, and the one from here to Prescott, or sorry, from here to Phoenix, always has these brush fires, and it's all because of the improper use of trailers or things dragging on your car. And
Yep.
so, or cigarettes. Cigarettes is a big no-no. We see so many people shaming it publicly in our groups. I hate to let them be posted, but at the same time, it really honestly makes no sense whatsoever to be throwing your cigarette butt outside the window as you're driving. I see one year, man, I'm driving and fire restrictions have been implemented, and a guy is on his motorcycle smoking a cigarette,
Oh,
driving from Prescott to Prescott Valley, and that right there location is not a good place to be doing stuff like that. It's just not cool. Don't
well,
do it.
we were talking
Share
about
with
it a
your
few days
family.
ago, Martin. We were talking about it a few days ago, remember? And the Forestry Service came on your show and said, hey, things are bad. Trees are dying. And if you drive along the 69 or the 89, there are dead trees everywhere. Like, you just look out over it, and half of them are brown. So, I mean, things are really bad.
Yeah, it's just not good, guys. So, anyways, that is the biggest story for the morning, and that's all over Prescott, Arizona, Prescott Valley, Chino Valley. So, get ready for it, guys. It's going to be a very hot, dry summer. I mean, as of right now, the weather is beautiful in the morning. I ain't gonna lie, I love the beautiful mornings. It's just really nice. It's like nice and crisp in the morning, Eric.
Yeah, yeah. And so Tammy, so we got a couple of comments here. Tammy saying we need somebody from Prescott National Media Relations there. Actually, go back and find it. They were on about 4 weeks ago. About 4 weeks ago, they came in to talk about what's coming, and they kind of warned us about all these fire restrictions and everything else. And they were the ones that kind of led us to saying, "Hey, look at these." I keep thinking ponderosas. Those are the big tall trees, but what are the other ones? The ones I'm talking about, that are dying out everywhere.
Oh, the junipers.
The junipers. They're the ones who came on and said, "Hey, look at these photos, people. This is along 89, and they're just dying." And so, yeah, they came on, watched that video. She was extremely, extremely insightful. And I see Chris from Chris and Larry on here. Your San Martin, the YouTube channel set to kids only. You may either have to reconnect it or go in there and change it so that they can comment.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we will work on that here shortly. So guys, one of the things is that, you know, when you start working with other agencies, it's really important to, you know, follow directions, and we don't try to add to the stuff given to us. We don't try to, you know, emphasize, oh my gosh. It really honestly is very serious to us. Every year we get threatened with fire, and as everybody knows, Prescott a long time ago did burn down, and it is very capable, and we don't want to see that again. So do everything you can to go ahead and let your friends, your family, your parents, your everybody on how fire does work out in the forest. And we have the world's biggest ponderosa forest. So
we do. Do you remember about I guess it was 8 years ago. It may have been longer now. I'm losing track of time. But if you look at go to a high point in Prescott, like where Prescott Resort, I think you can see it, and you look to the west and the southwest, and there's a tree line on top of the mountains over Prescott, and it's like the trees don't have any bottoms because it all burned up. Do you remember that fire coming over that ridgeway? It was about 8 to 10 years ago, and it got scary close. And you can look now; almost all of those trees are burnt at the bottoms. You know, there's no branches; they look like palm trees. And that was a scary fire coming over that mountain.
Yeah, man, there were so many fires that I've actually been a part of, not been like involved, but acknowledging that they're really close.
I'm glad you weren't starting them. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't involved. I was just acknowledging them, you know, and you know, it's just really scary. Not to mention when you have that smoke, the smoke ends up becoming an issue also for our elderly folks and people that have asthma. It's just not a good fit for the location. Fire's just not good. There's just hands down, fire's not good.
You remember that little California town that burned down like 2 years ago? It looked just like Prescott. Like the makeup of it looked just like it. That was kind of like a rude awakening that, yeah, it can happen here.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to see that happen, guys. It's a big deal to go ahead and be on the same page. So make sure you tell all your friends that are coming up to travel, and obviously all the agencies that are bringing new people into the area. Do your part and make sure you educate. Fire education is the way that we can stop this. Obviously, drought as well. We could obviously educate our community about not utilizing our resources too much, and do not plant grass in your yards in our area. As of right now, we don't have water for that. The golf courses obviously are getting exempt for some crazy reason, but I heard they got a good system that kind of helps it out. So hopefully we get to see that.
I've heard that the golf course gets part of that reclaimed water right away, and that's where majority of
definitely. Yeah. Definitely reclaimed from even the community that they live in, Eric. They reclaim that water and utilize it for their golf courses, so the water never gets wasted in general. So they got Hacienda, if I'm not mistaken, has their own water recycler over there. So that's kind of cool. I thought that was. I've never been there.
I remember looking at their old bankruptcy reports from years ago before they became Capital Club. Their biggest bill was the water bill to the city of Prescott, and I'm pretty sure the city of Prescott supplies them with reclaimed water.
Wow, yeah, it's great. Great stuff, man. So anyways, Eric, today is a pretty big day. It's Tuesday. Everybody knows when it comes to Tuesday, it's Taco Tuesday. It's huge. But we've been putting out some posts. We have a couple of new things that are happening. I want to go ahead and give somebody a little brief, what would you say, show of it. So tell us what you guys think of this. Give me 1 second. Check this out.
I'm excited. I love it.
So that is definitely going to be the intro to our new segment, which is Prescott Good Eats. Let's get cooking. And it's going to be one of those things where we're going to go to all these restaurants. Anybody that has food that wants to share it. We also want to check out recipes. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have some home cooked recipes. Dude, we will be involved in all of it because this is something that we want to go ahead and bring to the community. I think it brings people together in a way that you never thought about. So we want to experience the allergy-free foods. We want to experience all the good food that comes from our local farms.
Well, you think about it, San Martin. What is it? When you go to meet with somebody, when we get together, what do? We go grab food, right? What do you do? I mean, food is so important. And Maria's out there busting her butt, with all these cool stuff, that she's bringing. I'm excited. I joined the group. Did you tell everybody about the group?
Yes, and that's Prescott Good Eats on Facebook itself. It's a fast-growing group that is definitely supportive of the local restaurant scene. One of the biggest things that we want to do is support, not bash. Unfortunately, we do know that reviews do have to happen, but at the same time, I think the reviews need to be set to the owner so the owner could better themselves. And if they don't better themselves, then obviously the business will do its own due. It will end up just taking on its own course. We don't have to add to it and add the drama. I know some people love drama, but let's take that energy and utilize it for the best of Prescott rather than the worst of Prescott.
I love what you're saying. I mean, if you have a bad experience at a restaurant or even any small business locally, don't just go on Yelp and be a keyboard warrior. Reach out to the owner and give them your concerns before you do that piece. Let them make it right, because once that stuff's out there for these small businesses, that can't be undone. And that's not fair. I mean, this isn't like Walmart where people just don't care. It really affects their businesses.
It does, and we want to make sure that once again we are on the same board, guys. So if you guys love what we are doing, please support it in a big way. How you can do that is become sponsors for these deals. So if you're a restaurant out there and you guys want to go ahead and be a part of it, just message us, and we will go ahead and get this set up. There is some cost to it, depending on exactly what you're in need of, but we make sure that it's affordable to the point where we can pictures. It comes with the press release. It comes with what is the other one? It comes with pictures, and we do a live feed to go ahead and present who you are and what makes your guys' business famous. And I think that is awesome. So everybody in the community gets to know who you are, and that is huge. I love that, man. I love it.
Yep, and to share it. I'm just excited. I mean, that was one thing we were lacking time is, of course, I love all the local Mexican food. And we had a lot of Mexican food. We still do, and I'm excited about it. But just other foods outside of that, it's just kind of exploded the last couple of years.
It did, and the culinary chefs that are out there right now that are doing what they do, you could tell the love that's in their food. I think food trucks are a huge hit because sometimes, a lot of the times the owners are in the car. They care about how their stuff is prepared. They already have the ingredients on how they prepare that food, and it just always hit every time. Sometimes when people actually give it over to somebody else to go ahead and take care of their food, that's not a good thing, and you could tell.
Well, you were the one who convinced me to try the Hungry Badger prime rib, and I was like, food truck prime rib, San Martin, come on, are you killing? No way. It was amazing. It may have been the best prime rib I've ever had.
Yeah, it's like literally in your backyard, Eric. And the best part about it is it's fresh food, and it's something that has been bought probably the night before or the day before, and it's just like 100% off the freaking chop block. I call it meat block chop block. But yeah, it's amazing to go ahead and check out that food, feel that food, and be a part of the food. So yeah, Prescott Good Eats, Chris Mazie. It's called Prescott Good Eats. It's on Facebook page. You will also be able to see the actual shows, the interviews that we do with some of the most amazing new restaurants that are here locally in Prescott that are just popping up. The most recent one was with Jed's out there in Chino Valley. And then the one prior to that was Vibes Juice Bar, which was amazing. Oh, and then Old World Bakery right there at the Firehouse, right on in Prescott, downtown Prescott, actually. So, yeah, there we go. Thanks, mate.
And it's more than just food, right? I mean, like you got the wine bar, where you're doing the wine chronicles every week. I mean, there's that kind of stuff too, which kind of ties into it too.
Yeah, it all ties into something that's happening in Prescott on the local scene. We do have a lot of awesome tourist attractions, but for the local scene, when you guys want to go ahead and have some different, feel goods, there's opportunity everywhere. And if you get to know the owners and get them out of their element to get to know them, that's kind of what we love to see, is that they actually sit down, have some time to talk with us, and we get to ask them why they do the things that they do. I mean, in most cases, they all love their job. Yes. And that's the best part about it. When you love your job, you're never actually really working. You're just literally taking care of your people.
And that's the thing people don't understand, San Martin, is if you want to go start a business, lots of money, don't start a restaurant. They're doing this because they love it. And that's why they do it. So, keep that in mind when you're visiting these places. They're doing it out of love versus trying to get rich.
Yes. And then speaking about love and everybody not trying to get rich, the Downtown Business Partnership will be live tomorrow. As you can see, the scrolling bar on the bottom, we're going to be at the Wine Chronicles, and we'll be interviewing MJ, the general manager of Prescott Downtown Business Partnership, in regards to all the events that are happening. Like last weekend, obviously that was a huge hit from what Eric saw. I didn't actually drive in that area for some crazy reason. I was literally just chilling. I didn't even try to get into anybody's stuff. I was just sitting back.
It was crazy.
I don't know what was going on this past. Oh, it was Mother's Day weekend. There was so much stuff going on. I just didn't know what was happening. I just sat there and I'm like, yep, there's so much going on. I ain't doing nothing.
There's so much going on, so you're not doing anything. That makes sense. You're like, I'm dying for events, and then all the events happen. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna sit at home.
Yeah, well, actually, what I was doing, guys, I was planting flowers for Mother's Day. So I ended up rearranging a lot of the things, for all the things that were happening at the salon and in the back little patio. We ended up planting a whole bunch of new plants there. And then at the house, we decided to go ahead and do a little bit of since after the last day of the snowstorm that we ended up getting. It was a great time to go ahead and buy a bunch of plants.
Speaking of that's where I was going to go. Is post Mother's Day now, which means you can put stuff in the ground.
Yep, this is the time, and so we did that, and that's kind of what my goals were this weekend. So I had ambitions, Eric, and the biggest event that was happening, it was making Mama happy, and that's what I did.
There you go. So if people are now ready to put stuff in the ground, where places would you go to grab that stuff?
There's a controvery with the place that I went, but we're not going to get into that.
I saw that place. I drove by the other day. It looked like they had a lot going on.
Wherever you want to go, guys, just do what you want to do in life, but also support local. I heard through the grapevine,
try to support local.
Yeah, and always obviously support local, but from the grapevine, it looks like those people are actually getting to move into that location, so they will be there from here till who knows when. So they acquired that location to go ahead and just do what they're doing there. I mean, that used to be a restaurant, but they're going to turn it into a place where you buy plant stuff. So
is it the same people that were doing the one at the old Pizza Hut last year? It looks kind of like
they've been here for 7 years, coming in and going. It's a local farm out of Arizona, so it's not like it's a California thing or anything. It's Arizona made, but obviously we got our competitors up the street, which is a very, very awesome one, which is Waters Garden. They write a great how-to for your garden for Prescott, Arizona. So they come with a lot of info, and they also do classes there on a regular basis. So you guys get to learn about our ground, learn about the whole thing. That's something that the other competitors don't come with. So it's actually a pretty big thing. So it's a cool.
Speaking of, is our pollen index down now because it's kind of over the spring thing, or are we still crazy? I bet you there's
Yeah,
there's
no,
I
we
smelled the
jumped
smoke on the fire
down 10
yesterday.
points. The 10 points, or actually it was at 8% of on the 12.5. So yeah, we are definitely going down backwards, guys. It just started, and as you guys probably saw, that the cotton is almost done as well. So like clockwork, I'm telling you, it's like clockwork.
Oh, those
Dancing
cotton things. If you go downtown, man, they're everywhere. They get in your drinks and your mouth. Those things are crazy. They're pretty, but they're not fun to eat.
Yes, snow in the spring. That's what they call it, snow in the spring. Oh man. So this is kind of crazy. I haven't been trying to give away any gifts because it's been really hard and difficult to get it to the people. So I don't want to cause like this major pileup of all these gifts that I haven't been able to get to our consumers. So I took a break because I have a lot of actual giveaways. But until I actually have an actual place, and just because nobody knows about what happened, the office fell through. So we are waiting to get into another office. But until then, guys, whoever is out there that needs these gifts that I haven't been able to produce to you, please message me, because let me just be honest, it gets really hectic over here at the Prescott Times office. And oh man, I was just going through all the day, and sometimes I could sit here like, yeah, there's nothing going on, but oh my gosh, guys, there's a lot going on, and it's beautiful. But at the same time, be patient with me. We do have, like I said, a lot of actual extra gifts. Like I still have staycations, guys, that I need to get rid of. To our lucky people that are following us, and I see a few of you out there right now. But because you guys are loyal, we're going to help you out. You just got to be patient with us till we find an easy way to go ahead and get this stuff out. But until then, I have probably like 3 or 4 that I need to get out to you guys. So please remind me on who it is and message us. Because I swear to you guys, there's so much to give away. I want to give it to you guys. We do have some staycations though; those are going to be awesome.
There's going to be some cool stuff. Yeah,
there is, and I tell you what, there was an actual $550 gift that we were supposed to give out, but because of this pileup and this freaking like craziness, I just want to make sure that this stuff is easy in my hand, out of my hands, because as of right now, I don't like things piling up. I don't. If anybody out there is like that, please say that it's okay for me to be this person. Because I'm serious, guys. It's just one of those hard things in life where you just start creating all this work, and then all of a sudden, all the work starts creating you to who you need to be,
piles up.
or where you need to be. Like I just got a message right now. I'm supposed to go meet with Finley Toyota. I know we created an event and then we canceled an event, but now I think that we still have an event. So I got to call up
there you go.
buddy over there and see if we still have that meeting.
Because so you got about 30 seconds left and you haven't run your reel yet. You better run it.
Yes, we will. And I think that's how we're going to be doing our outro. So we have an intro and we got an outro. And as you guys know, we've been creating some awesome things. We got some crazy, what would you say, new programs that are making us look a little bit more professional. So I appreciate everybody that's out there. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's really huge that you guys support us. We do have extra sponsorship locations that we could go ahead and put up on our website. So if you guys want to join us, just message us at the Prescott Times. Sales at theprescotttimes.com. And we're going to go ahead and leave this out with our sponsored ads. And I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us this morning. Peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins. Bye-bye.